Hello, everybody. Good evening. This is Torah Life Ministries. I pray you're all doing well out there and having a blessed night. What in the world am I doing up this late? On the West Coast, it's not that late right now, but on the East Coast, it's way past our bedtime. We should be sleeping right now. And I'd like to be sleeping, but something's been on my mind and I want to talk about it. And I feel it's important because tomorrow is going to be a very interesting situation. So I had to get on here tonight and say something. So I wanted to come on live and say this as well. I'm not going to spend a big amount of time because I do want to get to sleep, but I have to get this off my heart before I get to sleep because people need to know this. And as you can see, the title of this is not to focus on Trump going to jail. And what is this about? What this is about is really not about who's wrong or who's right. How this is being turned into a political situation or anything like this. What this is about is, I believe, another part of spiritual warfare and the enemy trying to get believers to take their focus off our Creator. We should be thinking about Him, exclusively Him, all the time. It's okay to know what's going on in the world, but when we spend more time and focus and thoughts on the things of this world than we do our Creator, this becomes a problem. When you have certain situations like this that are taking place for the first time in history, human nature seems, or at least the way we're brought up in today's world, is to be curious or to just take one side or the other on this issue and get very passionate about it. Some people are starting to say that there might be some riots. All the police in New York are going to be on duty tomorrow because of everything that's going on. And if you don't know what's going on, you've succeeded this message of not getting sidetracked by the news or anything else. But I want to give you a few verses and remind you here that we are to stay focused on our Creator and our Creator alone, and not let these events and things like this forget about, taking our focus of Him, but separating, dividing us, and all this stuff is what the enemy's trying to do. But really, we need to be focused on our Creator and think about Him all the time. And this is I'm sad to say, all of a sudden I just see what's going on with this situation, and I don't see. I see a lot of people falling for this issue. So I want to give you a few scriptures just to remind you that the enemy is out there trying to devour you. And the way he's going to start it is to get you disconnected from our Creator. And he wants you to mess up and slip up and not to focus on the word. And basically, people are making an idol out of the news that's out there today. And I could already see people idolizing an event like this that's taking place. And some of you might have heard about it. Some of you might not have heard about it. But it's making way too much news to not think that something is going on with us on a spiritual realm of spiritual warfare and things like that. So we'll look at some scriptures here that talk about this and to remind us. It says here, as we see in Proverbs 5, verse 1 and 2, my son, stay focused. Listen to the wisdom I have gained. Give attention to what I've learned about life, so you may be able to make sensible judgments and speak with knowledge. Proverbs 4:25-27 says, let your eyes look directly ahead and let your gaze be fixed straight in front of you. Watch the path of your feet, and all your ways will be established. Do not turn to the right or left. Turn your foot from evil. And I am telling you, evil is on the right and evil is on the left, or left and the right. Evil is there. The enemy wants us to, what's going on here? What's going on here? Well, today I'll take this side and tomorrow I'll take this side. No, stay focused on our Creator. And I'm reminding you of this. And some of you might get very passionate about this tomorrow or tonight. But you need to be reminded, we all need to be reminded, and I need to remind myself, we need to focus on our Creator. And the time you spend and I'm not going to spend a lot of time talking about this, but tomorrow, if any day, is the time to shut off the media and focus, really focus and stay focused. Carry around the Bible with you, and not on your phone, because your pop-ups will come up with the news stories and everything else. But really try to stay focused on the word tomorrow, and not turn on the TV or the computer, because it's already started, and everything that's happening with it and going on with it, and it's just crazy. And when things like this are stirred up, it says, there's a saying, when strife is near, the enemy is there, or when strife is there, the enemy is near. And I am telling you, this is not looking like a good situation in terms of the strife situation. People are already getting in heated debates about this, and and it's my focus to stay in the scriptures, and I want to be in there as much as possible. And the only reason have even looked at anything was just because it just was bombarded with this, and I don't want people to fall into that trap. And me, I stopped. I'm done with it. I'm done with it. I have to remind you all about Yeshua. Tomorrow we're going to get up in the morning. We're going to do our prayer, and we're going to get ready, because we're going to have our meeting tomorrow night, and then get ready for Shabbat. So this is what we need to do. 1 Peter 5:8 says, stay alert. Watch out for your great enemy, the devil. He prowls around like a roaring lion, looking to devour. Stay alert, brothers and sisters. Stay alert. And Psalms 119:6 says, then I shall not put to shame, having my eyes fixed on all your commandments. The words are of our Creator. This is what we need to be fixed on. And so this is do I want to say a warning, a pleading, or whatever it is. Stay focused on our Creator. Don't follow the world. It's getting crazy, and things are being stirred up. The spiritual battle continues, and tomorrow, or depending when you're watching this, even right now, it's just crazy that everyone's talking about this. And it's almost like when there's a storm coming. I'm here in South Florida. When there's a hurricane about to come, people go crazy. They go to the store, they buy all the water off the shelves, they board up their houses. And more and more now, people are doing that earlier and earlier. Some in the old days, they used to wait till right before the storm to make sure it's truly going to hit, and then they would do all that. Now, people want to get ahead of the game, and I'm one of them. I'll go way in advance to get before the storm, and then now we're waiting. It's called a calm before the storm. You're waiting for it to come, and sometimes it doesn't, but sometimes it does. And you should be prepared for a storm like that, like a hurricane, but something's being stirred up now, and people are getting really, really emotionally involved in this situation that's taking place. And it is a crazy situation. And it is the first time something like this is ever happening. And, you have the agendas trying to separate from each other, and so I say, he's right, he's wrong, I'm right, this is right. Don't get caught up into that. If somebody asks you, what do you think about the Trump situation tomorrow, or even tonight, or next couple of days, say, my focus is on Yeshua. I'm reading the word. My focus on Yeshua. That's all that matters to me. That's your answer. Don't get caught up into this. And keep your eyes on Yeshua. Yeah. So this was important to say and to let you all know. Please send this to your brothers and sisters out there, just to remind them. Things are starting to happen here. And like I said, we should be sleeping now. And I'm going to sleep better now that I told you all this. But more than ever, tomorrow, I'm going to do my best not to get on, the news channels on the internet. Be careful on YouTube. Now, if you're in New York, when you start hearing riots outside, you might want to turn on the news just to get an idea of what the exact situation is in the area you're living. But just be wise. Here we are. This is it. The scriptures. And remember this: be still and know that I am Yahweh. Hallelujah. Okay, everybody. Get some good sleep and rest. May Yah be with you all. And be still and know that he is Yah. All right? And I'll be back tomorrow and praise Yah, and we'll be back in the morning for prayer. And today I got to speak about Yeshua. It was really wonderful because it wasn't a Bible thing. It was an interview. I was getting interviewed on for something, and the topic of Yeshua came up and it fit great. So I'm looking forward to that to come out. It's going to be seen by a lot of non-confessing believers of Yeshua. So hopefully that'll stir up their heart to some degree. And yes, we keep you all in prayer. For those of you that can't join us on the morning prayer, just join in later and comment under there. We keep you in prayer. Looking at the chat here. Brother Emilio says, please pray for my tumor on my back. So we lift up Father Emilio to you and your healing touch on this tumor. And for all of you that have prayer, for all of you that are seeking him, we lift up your hearts that they be more circumcised. And you could feel the joy, even in your pain and suffering, you can feel the joy of knowing him. So I'm so thankful here. I got an amazing wife and children to take care of and things to get done. But I believe, I just had to get up and tell you all this to focus on Yah, and don't get sidetracked. All right. And we shouldn't be losing sleep over this. And I shouldn't be doing this this late. But I had to tell you, it's just something big's going on. And we need not to get sidetracked. All right, everybody, have a blessed night. Stay strong. Yah be with you all. And shalom, shalom.